What made that first period happen tonight?
Oh, we had a good period. We got a lot of shots to the net. We pressured their goalie, got a couple good bounces, and it was a good hockey game. Real good start to the game for sure.
Perhaps this is the wrong conclusion. Maybe you don't agree. They did have 13 shots in that period. Were they a little loose on defense in that period, or no, not so?
First? Yeah. I don't know. Not really. We gave up 4 chances, I think, scoring chances, and I'm not going to complain when you score 4 goals in the first period.
Travis, what happened with Jake Vatanen?
He wasn't feeling well.
Going into this is the first of 3 games in 3 days at home. Was an overall philosophy try to sell the team? How do you approach these 3 games in 3 days at home?
We talked about it. I really didn't want to even look past tonight. We knew we had a big weekend here, and we had to get off on the right foot. Focus was on tonight's game, and obviously now that we've won, we'll focus on tomorrow night.
41 shots on goal tonight, third time in the last 9 games. What is the team doing right, in that regard?
We've been putting a lot of pucks to the net. We've been doing a good job going low to high in the offensive zone, and our D have been getting some shots through, and we've been making an effort of driving to the net hard, backing teams off.
Anybody really in particular that is coming on, or Rendelitz, for example, seems to be playing well lately. Maybe a lot of guys are, but him in particular, maybe what do you have to say about his play lately?
He's been good lately. Deserving of his call-up. We got a lot of guys that are playing well right now. It was nice that some guys we got some goals tonight, but our team's been playing well.
Happy with the effort. Obviously, the first period really well, but the second and the third, you happy with how?
Well, I mean, it's uncharted waters for our team to have a 4-1 lead like that, and it's hard not to keep your edge. I guess we talked about that. We're used to playing in tight games, and I like how we kept our edge.
For Tannen, is that kind of a day-to-day thing?
Yeah. I just know he was sick for the third period.
Ted, what went into this victory tonight? And especially the first period, how did you guys get off to such a great start?
Yeah, I think we knew what was on the line. Obviously, we're chasing a playoff spot, and they're right behind us too. So we knew this weekend would be huge, but it had to start with the first game and the first period. So I thought the guys were ready to play, and it showed out there.
Your pass to LeBate, right? LeBate, pretty slick there. You had to be really happy when he fired it home.
Yeah, it was nice. It was it's nice anytime when our team scores. McAdeny made a nice play down in our own zone, and then Wace up the middle, and he had a great shot. So it was great to see that go in, but it was great to get the win, I think, more importantly.
Hi. Happy with the effort. Obviously, you get the 4-goal win. Travis said, kind of not used to playing with a lead that big. Happy with the effort the last two periods there.
Yeah, I think the guys played well. Obviously, it's a little different when you're playing with the lead. You have 40 minutes still to go, and but I thought the guys played well and didn't really let them back into it. I thought that was important. You got to learn to play with the lead too. I thought we didn't sit back, which was good, and we knew in the dressing room that we just had to keep playing the way we did in the first 20.
How do you approach it? Really, some people might say it's too soon to say, but really, you're 3 points behind with a game in hand. They're probably going to win tonight, or they probably already have. They're up 3-0. So every game seems like a playoff pressure anyway. How do you approach that? 20 games to play, you're 3 points out. How do you approach it? How do you feel about it each game?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think it is playoff hockey now. We're striving for a playoff spot, and every game matters, every point matters. So we just got to be focused to play every night and take one game at a time and one shift at a time and just focus on the process like we have been all year. Obviously, there's a little more pressure that we are fighting for a playoff spot, but when it comes down to it, we can only control so much. We have to focus on our game and coming out and being ready to play.
How tough is it? 3 games in 3 days, and an afternoon game on Sunday. How difficult is that?
Yeah, we have a few. We've played a few this year, but I think we pretty much end the season like that. So hopefully we can get used to it. But it's important to recover in between games and make sure you're drinking a lot of fluids. And it's fun to play hockey. I'd rather play a game than practice. So it's okay.
Is it important to get the win on the first night of the 3-3?
Yeah, I think coming in, I thought we were focusing on, or I know we were focusing on this game. Obviously, it's a big weekend, but we can't get too far ahead here. Like I said before, we had a good first period, and it's important that we have a good first period tomorrow, and not look too far ahead. We can only control so much, so it's important to keep playing the way we have been.